Thank you for clicking play on the video. I'd like to ask you to click the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so that you can get alerted every time we bring out great content. Thanks. Hey there, comic fans. This is Jimmy the Geek Aficionado with a smorgasbord of pickups. For those of you who are struggling with the terminology smorgasbord, it just means a whole bunch of different stuff. It's going to be the loose interpretation of it. So first, I have some pickups from my LCS. We're going to start with a little series here, and it stars the first issue of Infinity Gauntlet in a very, very clean copy, followed by issues 2, 3, 4, which is just super cool, 5, and 6. All right. Oddly enough, I never had them. What I did have, though, is the trade paperback, which, much easier to read. So I just never, really kind of got around to picking up that series. And then for a while, it was pretty expensive. But I got my read on that way. And now that Thanos is dead, things have calmed down in terms of prices, and I was able to pick that up at a pretty decent price over at CGCOMIcs. Also got this. This is another one of the Marvel Legacy covers. These are the t-shirt variants, right? So these are all Jack Kirby art that used to be on t-shirts back in the 60s. You can go through some of the earlier Marvel comics and you will actually find advertisements within there of the actual t-shirts themselves that featured the art that's on here. Once I finish them off, finish tracking them down, I will probably do a video on all of them, showcasing the original advertisements as well as the books themselves. But happy to get that, knock that one off the list. Let's see. A couple of other cool little items. I'm not a huge horror comic fan, but I do enjoy the covers. And, some of the notoriety of it. So this is Chamber of Chills issue number 1. Beautiful copy. Not really expensive, but just a cool little piece for me to get. Featuring a dragon and people getting thrown into a pit. And then this is Beware, the Monsters Are Coming. Also issue number 1. A little rougher, but still a really, really sharp copy, and probably in the VF area somewhere. And featuring a little... They call it a werewolf. He kind of has like some cat features. I don't know. Maybe it's an early Beast template. Who knows? But good stuff nonetheless. And then finishing that up, super nice copy of this. Got it kind of pegged as like a near mint minus, but I think with a press it'll come up a lot more. I'll probably get this one graded. It's a newsstand copy of X-Men number 133 with the iconic Wolverine cover going after the Hellfire Club drones. Just part of that Hellfire Club run that started with issue 129 and ended up with the death of Phoenix. I think that's around issue 137. Well, yeah, 134, right? When Mastermind gets her to kind of go crazy and murder an entire planet. But wonderful art by the master John Byrne, and just a super great piece to have. All right, what else do we have? This is good stuff. I forget where I got this. I got this from one of the online stores. This is the Catwoman 80th Anniversary variant by Shannon Mayer. Now, if you're not familiar with Shannon Mayer's work, it has been pretty incredible. The cover work that artist is doing is truly astonishing. You can see the silhouette of Batman's face reflected in the latex. Just the details in the face, the texture, everything about it, I find... I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but their art style is phenomenal, and the covers that they do, I've just been drawn to getting them whenever I can. Got this from Torpedo Comics, one of their claim sales. Trying to finish off my New Gods run. I have 3 left. This is one of them, so now I have 2 left. So this is issue number 8. Great Jack Kirby goodness from his 4th World run, where he introduced the New Gods and Mr. Miracle and the whole Apocalypse Darkseid thing. All right, next. I want to say I got this off, I think this was off Paradise Comics up in Canada, some claim sale. And I wasn't, I wasn't even aware, honestly, about the character, which was funny because for those of you, I'll stop beating around the bush. For those of you who are familiar with the Green Arrow TV show, there's a character on there that Ollie ends up marrying named Felicity Smoke, who works at Queen Industries. This is actually her first appearance in comics. She actually was a comic book character, for those of you who didn't know, and she debuted in Fury of Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. I don't believe she's actually Bite, which is funny. I don't even know if she's actually related to the Calculator, like they have her in the show. But it was an interesting, little cameo first appearance of her in here, and I just got it because I'm a fan of the show, and I like to pick up those, kind of odd first appearances. So, good times, good stuff. All right, so here's where we get into the banger warning. So. Got this off of a private seller that I know. It's in the 8 range, 8 to 9, somewhere in there. Conan the Barbarian, #1, first appearance of Conan in comics. It's fantastic. Barry Windsor Smith art. He did the run 1 through, I want to say 24 or 25. I think there's one issue in there he didn't actually do the cover art of. Trying to just nail those down. I've got a handful left, but this was kind of a killer, and it's just a great book, just an absolutely great book. Now, keeping along with that, a friend of mine, Comic Head 84. Was selling a book that he had recently picked up and he had gotten graded that I'd been wanting to get for some time for a couple reasons. Number one, it is, let's push that back, see the grade, 9.0 CGC graded magazine of Savage Tales #1. This is the second Conan comic title with an adaptation of the original Robert E. Howard and it's also the origin and the first appearance of Man-Thing. Now everybody knows that there's big talk about Man-Thing getting his own series or whatever, or showing up somewhere in some of these Hulu series. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, I've been wanting to get a nice copy for some time, and this kind of came up at the right time. Kenny and I worked a deal. And it's now mine and not his, and we're both happy. But the cool thing about Kenny is that Kenny is also a pretty solid artist, and he was gracious enough to gift me with this bad boy here, a copy of Antarctic Press Horror Comics. I have no idea what's on the interior. All I care about is the exterior, where he did this really cool rendering of Damien Hellstrom, the son of Satan, and for those of you who are not aware, there is now a Hulu series out featuring him and his sister Satana. So be sure to check that out. Check out Comic Head 84's channel if you're not already subscribed to him. Check him out. He's got great stuff, great taste, and a great channel. And that's it for me, everybody. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.